personal ocean. If you can't actually get to the ocean, most of us can't do on a regular basis, especially if it's cold. I'm not sure where you're living right now, but so and you know, saltwater baths have, I think, been used for years on a medical level just to soothe or to relax. Some people like the Epsom salts, which has some magnesium in it, which also relaxes. That when you combine it with the meditation and with the vibrations that should hopefully we've been introduced to you, that this energy starts, that you feel on your hands, if you haven't felt already, as the sensitivity increases, you will definitely feel. So we're going to use those vibrations and kind of activate the water and the salt to give it an even more effective ability to cleanse our system. So and I like to say this every now and then to people when we're meditating. Of course, our goal is, to just go into that state, that silent state, and anything that we can do to help promote that is all to the good. But by its very nature, the inner energy that rises within us, it nurtures, it heals, but it also cleanses. So to a certain extent, our meditation is almost always on some level a cleansing process. And that's what we want to try to sort of help that along a little bit. So let's see, who else has joined us now? I'm not sure. We have lots of people. Okay. So for those of you who are just now joining, we are going to do the foot soak technique today. And if you have this arrangement available, and while we're kind of doing the introductions here, you can get that set up just like shown in the picture. A tub of water, a dish pan, something like that you're going to use, and you're just going to keep it for that purpose. We're not going to then go and wash our dishes or wash our clothes in that pan. So we don't really want to. Absolutely.
So how long will it be? Because if I'm thinking I can quick go to my bathroom, I've got Epsom salts. I love having my baths. I can sit on the edge of my tub. However, that's not going to be comfortable for me. I've got low back pain issues for too long. So for
No, I
today,
would say, yeah, it's more important just to be comfortable for now. The meditation that we'll be doing with the foot soak is effective even without the foot soak. So my opinion would be that just save it for next time. And then you don't have to kind of dash around and change positions and bring your computer into the bathroom and things like that. Or I don't know, maybe you're on your phone, but yeah. So it's everything we're doing is totally applicable and effective even if you don't happen to have the foot soak. And then what you can do is then I'm not sure what for us it's where I am, it's in the morning, but in the evening or at some other point in your day. A lot of people like to do foot soak right before bed. So that's right before going to sleep, to really end the day with just whatever you've accumulated during the day can be released into the water. And then, again, you can have a really much even more restful sleep than you might otherwise. I like to foot soak a little earlier in the evening. I like if I get home from work or just whatever what kind of day I've had or whatever, I like to foot soak at maybe 6:30 in the evening. So that's also effective. But today, it's for me, it's 9:30 in the morning, and I'm quite happy to be foot soaking now. So you can, anytime you have an opportunity, like if the kids are napping or something like that, you can just try it at home. And okay, so anyway, does anyone else have any other questions before we get started in earnest? So this is a technique that we use pretty much. It's a beautiful way to really bring our attention onto our inner energy, the Kundalini energy within us. So, and we like to start our meditation this way, and we like to finish our meditation this way. So the movements, we use gestures for this. So the gestures help us to focus our attention, but also our hands are actually moving the energy. And you'll find that the more that you use your hands to move your energy, the more sensitive you'll become. So the movement that we're going to do is the left hand is going to, and I know that you can't really see my whole body here, but the left hand is going to kind of go up straight with palm facing inward, and the right hand is going to wrap around your hand. And we start at the base, okay? We start at the first chakra, right down at the bottom. And then as we wrap this right hand around the left hand, we raise energy, and we can watch our hands and kind of release our neck a little bit. And at the top of the head, we're going to tie a symbolic knot. And I'm going to do that 3 times. And one more time. And the 3rd time, we can actually tie 3 knots above our head. So this is a way of really focusing our intention on why we're here, what we're doing, on our energy, and bringing our desire power into play to really activate this energy within us and let it, rise up the central channel. Now, the second movement, the bandhan, is, sometimes we call it like a protection. So again, I'm going to show you, my hands will stay down by your left hip, and then the right hand is going to wrap these vibrations, this energy, all around yourself. Like so, like you're making a rainbow around yourself. And again, this time we do it 7 times, 1 for each center, each chakra. So why do we need a protection around ourselves? Well, I think of it as a way of creating a sacred space within which we can meditate, within which we can be free from distractions, free from interference, and anything that might kind of impact our chakras or our centers, any influence from outside can be reduced that way. So hopefully, and I like to actually do that. In fact, let's see how we're doing. I guess it's about time actually to start our foot soak anyway. So I like to do that before I put my feet in the water. And hopefully most of you have your foot soak ready if you are using a foot soak today. The next thing we're going to do is, again, the left hand is the receptive side, and the right hand in general, the right hand we use for our movement. And we're going to put these vibrations into the water. So again, I'm just showing you, but this, if the foot soak is in front of you, you're going to use a circular motion towards your water. So I'm leaning down where my foot soak is, and I'm putting these vibrations into the water. And while I do that, I like to say, please, energy, divine energy, a universal energy, please may this foot soak water be activated and empowered to be effective to cleanse my subtle system. May these vibrations go into the water to make this effective for cleansing my inner energy, cleansing my subtle system. Okay, so now we've prepared the water. We've activated it. We can go ahead and put our feet into the water. Water can be, just a comfortable temperature on the whole. Some people like a little warmer, some people like a little bit cooler. And while our feet are in the water, we're going to meditate. And I like to start my meditation with a few deep breaths. So 2 or 3 nice relaxing breaths. And as I breathe out, I really try to let all my body relax on the shoulders. And then check and make sure we're not holding any tension in any of our joints or in our abdomen. We can just let our abdomen relax. Another deep breath, and we drop our shoulders and really letting our rib cage expand, and then contract with the out breath. And one more deep breath. And as we breathe out, we can make sure that we're relaxed in our jaw, across our eyebrows, where we can often hold a lot of tension there. And really let this relax. So we're relinquishing any sense of effort in our meditation. And as Shimadaji has said several times, this phrase has really stuck in my mind, that you can't do meditation. You are in meditation. We have a few little techniques to kind of fool ourselves into thinking that we're doing something to help us get into the mindset. But in the final analysis, we just need to allow ourselves to go into meditation. So the next thing we'd like to do is use, again, we're using the elements of the earth and the water with the footsoak, but we also have this left and right side channels within us that correspond. On the left side corresponds to our past, to our emotions, to our memories and our conditionings. And we can help to cleanse that left side by keeping the left hand open. We're going to take our right hand and point that towards the Mother Earth. And inwardly, we can say, may any and all obstructions or impurities that may have built up on the left-hand side channel be released into this Mother Earth element. Any baggage or heaviness related to our past or any excess or extremes of our emotions, such as discouragement or depression or any type of fears that may accumulate on our left side. May that all be released now into the Mother Earth element. And may the pure qualities of this left side channel, which corresponds to our left side sympathetic nervous system, the pure qualities of joy and inspiration and compassion, may those qualities shine through. And now let's bring our right hand back onto our lap, open, palm open. And we're going to use a similar method, but this time we're going to focus on cleansing the right side channel, which corresponds to our right side sympathetic nervous system and is the channel of our activity, our action, and including our mental activity, physical efforts, activity, maybe effort is not the right word, but our activity, our behavior, and our mental activity, especially our focus towards the future. So this channel corresponds to the future, planning, thinking about things, maybe analyzing, and can become overactive very easily if we're in a busy life where we're trying to achieve a lot and accomplish a lot and get a lot done. We're putting effort into our activities and we're looking for the result and the reward, and we want to control. On the right side, the tendency is to get kind of heated up. So to help release this heat, we're going to take our left hand and place the palm backwards over our left shoulder and the fingers towards the sky. And we're accessing the element of the air for this. So it's sort of like creating a little chimney. On the left side, we're bringing the energy, the pure energy in on our right side to cleanse it out, and then it will move on and release through this little chimney on our left hand. And inwardly we'll say, please may this right side channel of my action be cleansed and calmed down, and may any byproducts of my efforts, such as worry or stress or anxiousness or frustration, may all of these build up, all of this build up be released into the air element and just nicely cool down and balanced. And if in your meditation at any time, if you feel heat sort of building up and wanting to release, because this is not unusual for this to happen, if you use this technique to put your left hand in the air, it can really help that process along. And we ask that the pure qualities of the right side, the pure qualities of calm yet alert attention and dynamism, meaning actions which are effective but not frantic, and are auspicious. Auspiciousness is the right thing at the right time. May these qualities shine forth in our right side channel. And then we can relax the left hand back down. And now that we've cleared and balanced the left and right, we can bring our attention back onto our central channel. And with just one hand, we can trace this path of the Kundalini energy. We can do that about 3 times, bringing our attention in onto the central channel. And we can also take the right hand and give little massage clockwise movement to our fontanelle bone area to help us actually bring our attention to that limbic area of the brain, which corresponds to the 7th chakra, which is beyond our thoughts. And then we can lift our right hand above. So we're going even above the center. And see if we can feel the flow of energy above our heads. It may feel like a bit of a warm breeze, or ideally it feels like a coolness above our heads. Let's do the same thing now instead with our left hand. It might be a little bit closer, a little bit above. Could be more in the front or more in the back. And then let our left hand relax, but we're going to leave our attention above our head. If we're having thoughts, we just watch them without getting involved. You can say, I am not my thoughts.
quick. Have a look.
For now, we can rinse our feet. We can finish the foot soak part of our meditation and rinse our feet and dispose of the water into the toilet. And we'll give everyone a couple minutes to do that. And then we will reconvene and go on to the next section of our program today. So go ahead and take your rinsed water, rinse your feet off into the bucket, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. So we have a particular topic that we're focusing on today, and that is related to our heart center. So as you may already know, most of you, we have these different centers along our central channel. The chakras, chakra means wheel because they spin, and they exist at different points that correspond to the nerve plexuses within us, like the aortic plexus, the solar plexus, the cardiac plexus, the thyroid plexus, and so on. And the one we're going to talk about today is the cardiac plexus, or the heart. So you can imagine this has tremendous significance for us. To begin with, on the left-hand side, the heart is the abode, or the location, if you like, of the spirit, the pure spirit within us. We can't really say what the spirit is. We can only say what it's not. It's not our body. It's not our thoughts. It's not our brain or our emotions. It's not anything that is temporal. It's temporary. It's eternal. And it's universal. It's a reflection of the universal power of existence. And we all have it. So it's universal. It connects us all. Also on the heart center, of course, center of our emotions, related to our parents to a great extent. Our parents, you could say on the right side is the position of the father, and the left side is the position of the mother. So the influence of our parental relationships, or the way we view our parental relationships, is very significant to the health and well-being of the center and the manifestations of the center. Love, compassion, empathy, kindness, all of those pure qualities flow from the center. Also courage and confidence and faith, you could say, in yourself, and faith in the universe or the divine. On the right side, also responsibility. And I guess most importantly is just having our attention. When all is said and done, having our attention on our spirit and making our spirit the priority. Now, this quality of detachment is an interesting one, because first we might say, well, what is detachment? What do you mean by detachment? We just talked about love, right? If we're talking about love, how can we be detached? So detachment is not about not caring. It's not about withdrawing and, being apathetic at all. Detachment is more about not getting your emotions or your attention fixed at one point. Now, when we talk about our relationships, that could, most of the time, that kind of translates into our family. How do we love our family? Well, if we have 3 children and we get all our attention attachment fixed on one of them, how is that going to benefit the others? It doesn't. And of course, parents, no parent does that normally. But that's an example of a detached love. So detached love is a love that spreads, that can flow, that doesn't get kind of stuck onto one thing and to the detriment of other things. Shrimantaji describes this beautifully by saying, if the sap in the tree rises and all goes to one leaf only, then the tree will die, the leaf will die, everything suffers. It has to flow to all of the branches and all of the leaves. And that's the idea behind a detached love. Now, in the lecture that we're going to listen to today, Shmataji talks about another level of detachment, which is a detachment not just on the emotional level, but also a detachment towards our material life, a detachment towards our activities, the results, or you could say the fruits of our actions, having a detachment about those, which if, again, it's not these things aren't important or that we don't care about them, but rather it brings us this sense of peace because we're able, instead of being attached to a particular result, again, feeling that feeling of control. And it's very normal for human beings that we want to control our circumstance. We want to control our life. We want to control our environment. And after a while, I mean, that's just so exhausting. But if you can kind of jump onto this idea of detachment, of just kind of letting go a little bit and saying it's going to be all right. I'm going to let the universe take care of this. I'm going to focus on my spiritual well-being. I'm going to focus on my spirit, and everything else will fall into place. She describes it much better than I could, so we'll listen to the talk, but I wanted to mention that there's a couple words that she uses in this talk that if you're not familiar with them, she does talk about a deity named of Shiva, the name of Shiva. And when she uses that word, it basically means the spirit. It's the same. The two can be used interchangeably. And then she talks about the Sadashiva. And the Sadashiva is when the spirit actually ascends to this level, which is what happens. So it's in union with this inner energy, the Kundalini energy. And that's the Sadashiva position. So when you listen to the talk, where she talks about those things, you can just supply that alternate word if that's something you're not familiar with. So with that, we can go ahead and listen to the talk of Shrimataji.
In Sahaja Yoga, we have never tried to overcome the desires by taking sannyasa or running away from the house or for all kinds of things that are being suggested. The first thing that is done is that you get the light of your spirit. Spirit is the reflection of Sadashiva. In that light, he shows. He's just showing the path. The spirit is just like a light which is burning and which is showing the path. In that path, you yourself become so wise that you walk in the light of wisdom, that you walk in the light of righteousness. Because whatever is destructive is seen through the light of your spirit. You start giving up all that is destructive. Nobody has to tell you that give up this, give up that. You yourself realize that this is wrong and we should give up. This was, I should say, my own understanding of human beings. Because these are the days where people are in complete illusions. They are in a conflict all the time, struggling even to exist. Under these circumstances, everything would have failed if he had started with taking a sannyasa and then going to Himalayas and all that. If you have to do this for the masses, something has to be done radical, and luckily I've been able to find out a way by which you can get your sprouting, your realization. Now, some people who get realization have to understand certain things because, as you know, there are many people who have got realization. I don't know how many, I don't keep count. But what is lacking in them is surrendering. It's embarrassing to say, but it's a fact. This is the only condition of modern Sahaja Yoga, that you have to really surrender. If you start using your brain, if you start using other methods to understand Sahaja Yoga, you cannot. You must surrender. And as Islam is nothing but surrender. Islam means surrender. And if that surrender is not there, it is impossible to establish anyone in the kingdom of God. Surrender is not that you should give up your family, give up your children, or give up your houses and homes and your properties. Surrendering is here, give up your ego to begin with, and then give up your conditionings. But first thing, as I said, is surrendering. In surrendering, actually, you develop a kind of a state where I would say you become a sannyasi from within. That means nothing can dominate you. What is a sannyasi? Is a person who is above everything else. Nothing can stick to him. He just looks at things and he knows what it is. He may not say. He knows everything and he doesn't do whatever is wrong. He's so detached that in that detachment only he can see what's wrong with people. He starts seeing his family people, he starts seeing other surroundings everywhere. He starts seeing what's wrong. And he does not identify with them. It's very surprising. You see, it is so clear-cut that this light definitely gives you tremendous wisdom and balance. Supposing you are walking and you can't see the road, you may fall down. But if there's little light also, you can see it. And this is what Sahaja Yoga has done. It's given you very little light. That little light itself has been sufficient for you to give up so many things. So when we talk of ascent, we talk of a higher life, we have to become sannyasi like the lotus that comes out of the pond and no water can stay on that. Even the leaves of lotus, no water can stay on that. Just like that we have to become. We don't have to wear sannyasi's dresses, nothing of that. But from inside, a kind of a detached attention is there, which immediately locates the problem within you and without. And also in Sahaja Yoga, you know how to overcome that. It's a very effective, efficient system. But for that again, to achieve that, you have to become Shiva within, means detached. as Shiva is completely detached. You have to be detached. And that detachment will give you the same wisdom as Shiva has. So this is the quality one has to understand. Surrendering doesn't mean outside things to be surrendered. What is there? These are all stones. What are you surrendering? Surrendering means cleansing yourself completely, getting completely detached. Detachment is the only way you can rise. Some people get sick. They make such an ado out of it. I am sick, the whole world should know I am sick, 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 sick. But if you are a Sahajogi, you should just watch. Oh, so I am sick, all right, let's see. Just like a sport. Just watch. I am sick. So, what's happening now? The temperature is coming nicely, it's going down. You just sort of a playful, mirthful attention. So the first thing of surrendering is important to reach the state of your spirit of Shiva and Sadashiva. But the second state is that you have to now think of others. First it is, as they say in Sanskrit, is vyashti, means individual gain. You get the individual gain. And then it becomes samashti, means the collective. You have to work it out on collective. People who never even got realization, nothing of the kind, have been doing so much organization and this and that, while you have got everything. So now it is important that you should now extend this light to others.
Guys, I was saying, let's just take a few moments to silently absorb the message of the video that we've been given. And in this state of silence actually is the best way and the easiest way to understand these qualities of detachment and surrender. Let's put our right hand onto our heart on the left-hand side. And we can ask inside, I would like to surrender and relinquish control towards anything that is not beneficial to my spirit, to my well-being. May I witness and observe and see through this light of the Spirit how to achieve this detachment, this beautiful quality that brings not only peace, but also fulfillment. And then let's again bring our right hand tracing our Kundalini path, our central channel, and bringing our attention above our heads. Let's finish our meditation by raising our Kundalini the way we started, Raising our inner energy by wrapping the right hand around the left hand as we raise above our heads, tying the symbolic knot. And again. And third time. And then we can put the protection around ourselves, the bandhan. Seven times. That we can maintain our state of thoughtlessness as we move along in our day as much as possible. Thank you everyone very much for joining today. And it was a lovely experience for me, I can say. This is sharing opportunity that Shamataji described is such a joy for all of us. And I hope if you have any questions about anything that you heard or any other aspect of the session today, please let us know. Or anything that you'd like to share about your experience. Did you feel cool vibrations? Were you feeling nice and thoughtless?
Yes, thank you. It was a lovely meditation.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Now,
Thank you. I'd like to share that this meditation was very, I really needed this because one of my pet animals, one of my cats has gone missing, my beloved animals, for about 5 days, and I think he's gone. And this practice of detachment today was like a glove fitting to my hand, how it really helped me trying to let go and let life just take over and flow without my control and wanting to be here and my trying to keep him safe, all the above. So this was extremely helpful, and I'm very thankful to you, Christine. Thank you, and Rahul and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty, for sharing that. And of course, I understand that's, that's a difficult thing to do, but congratulations to you for, making the effort to see that, in the right light, and as you say, let things go. If it's time for them to go, they need to go, right? That the spirit will take care of that. So, but condolences on you.
Thank you.
Could I offer something?
Yes.
So yes, I guess that's one way to look at it, if it's time for them to go. But I also think that sometimes cats just get out. And I've heard that if you put the litter box outside, I don't know if you've already done that, but they sometimes will come back. I just wanted to offer that, and my condolences, like, just of what you're going through. That must just be a horrible feeling. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Dana. And I will do that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I've heard the smell is enough. Yeah. I'll be thinking of you and your soul.
Thank
Cat.
you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Innocent of the animals, it's just so, it fills a little special place in our hearts. So yeah, I understand that feeling. You can we have this technique, another form of a bandhan, which is if we have something that's troubling us, and it does happen, it's, we're not made of stone, of course, that you can sort of write it on your hand, the name of the cat, or, just the situation. And if you use your right hand and you kind of wrap this bandhan around that, first of all, if there's a positive outcome, it can promote a positive outcome. What maybe the cat will return, I don't know, after 5 days. But even if not, it's, this is the way of giving the control over to the spirit, to the universe, and saying, I'm really offering this to the universe, and I'm doing what I can do from my spiritual
More like
powers.
shortly after your shower? Is that kind of?
I'm sorry, I'm hearing some other voices in here, but so I mean, sometimes it can solve the problem, sometimes it can help with that detachment, or wherever your sweet animal is, you're giving it the best you can give it, for its well-being. Maybe it's been found by someone or moved on to its next life, or whatever whatever the situation is. So you'd be amazed how effective this little technique can be for those of you who aren't familiar with it. We just call it giving it a bandhan. We give ourselves a bandhan, of course, but we give it a bandhan. It's like, I've done everything I can do on the temporal level. I've done everything I can do emotionally and physically. Now I'm just going to give this to the universe and give it to God. So you can try that. And I give a bandhan to your sweet animal also on your behalf. So thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Dana, for your suggestion. Definitely. Anyone else have anything to share or ask or anything?
Hello.
Hello, Ila. Hello.
Thank you for the beautiful session. I appreciate a lot.
Hello.
It was a peaceful.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm just now reading some of your comments in the chat. Okay. Well, everyone have a beautiful day, the rest of your day or your evening or whatever time it is for you. Our day's just starting here. And thank you very much, Rahul, for your in the background, taking care of all the slides and everything and the music.